So on today's show, we're going to discuss reamping with internal effects. So we are back behind the board here. This is part two of a two-part series. The first part was me showing you that you can have one input and have many different and use like 8 tracks to do it if you wanted to. Now in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to reamp. I've done this before. Now the thing is this song I've chosen Bag of Tea, which if you follow the Rocksmith ones that I do at all, I actually used it at that point as an example of how to use Rocksmith's I don't know what they call it, the pedal area, and you can actually make your own virtual amp that way. Now this case, now what we're going to do here, we're going to do roughly the same thing, but I'm going to be using the internals. Now what I've done, I'm going to go over to Mixer, and on track 3 I already have this already set up. So start with, now I've assigned track 9, 10, which I've set to mono. That's why you only see one side of it. Is using H, which is also designated guitar input. Now in this case, I'm not using guitar input. That's why you don't see the light on. And I'm using it as my effects in. Now you can't see that because of my system being because I have the rack mount on mine. But what it means is that on effects 1 on the out is going into H, and that's going to be my guitar track. So I'm going to be using internal effects on this. Now I don't know if phase is on. I'm going to turn that off. 5 has pre on as well, so we are going to turn that down. And we're going to turn that off. So now the way I do this is I go full effects, 127 in, because I'm taking a clean guitar track. Let me play it for you here. Dean did this track. Let's see, home. I'm going to mute all these ones because I'm not sure which one. Oh, track 9 was the one making all the noise because it's got the effect on it. So if I listen to track 3, I'll turn track 3 up because I had it down. So there is clean guitar track. Now that was just straight line in. Now if you followed my one from last week, my video, I'll put that in the link as well in the description below. If you followed that, I recorded track when Dean recorded. I recorded track 3, and I had like 11 or 12 set up as his secondary track, so that he got the distortion sound when technically all I really cared about was the clean sound, so that I could reamp it later, which is what I'm doing now. All right, so now the way this works, as you can hear the sound in there again. So we're going to go over to track 9 Mixer. And as you can see, effects is already turned on. So now if I go into effects and I go under guitar, select there. So I'm going to go to the library because I actually did save this, and I don't know if I have it set for, let's see, there it is. So I have bought guitar, which is Bag of Tea guitar. So I will load that there. So this is the guitar setting I had. Now the way it works, if you looked on track 3, I'm using pre. I'm using the pre settings. Now why I'm doing that is so that I don't have to have the fader up, because if I had it on post, then it's all based off of the fader, the effects EQ. I just want the signal that I record on track 3 to go to track 9, so that I can listen to it, so I can do the effects in, or so I can add the amp to it. So then what I'm doing is you have track 3, so I'm not using the fader at all because I don't have to. I have it full effects, full master. I always say to do that because if you don't, then you can just set master to full because that's what you're doing with it, and then you use the effect line to say how much you actually want, unless you're doing like you're doing many, because in this case you can do many, so I can have like 4 or 5 guitars all going through the same amp. And you know what, for fun we'll do that in a minute. Now we'll go back, so let's go back to home, and now we'll hear what I would be recording if I was actually recording the guitar. So there's the clean, and there's it going through the internal effects to give us the guitar. Now what you can do is now I can go, now as long as I'm in the guitar section, I can select and I can say, you know what, let's turn on the chorus, flanger. So that gives you an idea of what you can do with the system. Now, the thing is, though, a lot of guys have said, well, you can only use a single effect at a time. Yes, that is absolutely true. So what you do is when you do a single effect, you record that, and then you layer on your other effects, if that's what you want to do with it. Now, in this case, this is going to be like a punk song, so I'm fine with that. Now, but if you're using effects out, you can actually do this. So I have track 3, let's just unmute these guys. Oops. Unmute these guys. So track 4, so this is what I have on the other tracks. I'll just let you hear this. So I have one guitar track here. So we'll start again. There's one, clean, another one. They're both different. They're both different. And then bass. And so that's the bass sound I've chosen as well. I can actually play that for you, but what I can do is we'll just have some fun with it. Now we have track 9 right now is set to record is the effects. So track 3, we'll go back to mixer. So track 3, you got full pre. We'll go just for fun. I don't know how bad this is going to sound. We'll do it anyways. So put a pre on that. And then the bass too. So all these are now going to go through the effects loop and through the distortion. So all 3 of these are going to go to track 9. So let's go back home so I can show you where we are. And here we go. And now the bass kicks in. To show you that it is doing that, we'll mute that. Oh, I don't think you can hear that. I can hear it outside. I don't think it's coming through that. It's not coming through the line I'm using. So you're here. So yeah, you're not going to hear that. But that's, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to fix that. So that's coming from the. So I selected the monitor. I did effect send there, and everything disappeared because I don't have it set up on this system to do that. Yeah, you live and you learn. But what I'm getting at is you can do multiple. You can do multiple effects if you use the effects loop. You can use the same effect over and over again. So what you can essentially do is assign one track as your effects loop. So in this case, I'm using track 9. I'm not saying do it this way all the time. I'd say if you're using reverb or something where you want, if you're using reverb or delay where you want it to include everything because they're all together, do it this way. This way you have it. It's in there. It's all together as one. If you're looking for that kind of thing. The other thing I'm going to just show you this. Now, if you use the internal system, I'm going to have to, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to change 9. I'm going to change it to mono. Do I have anything recorded on there? I don't think I have anything, no, I don't have anything recorded on there. So I'm going to change it to mono. There. Now, or I'm going to change it back to stereo. So it is now stereo. It's back to stereo. Now, this is kind of neat. So I'm going to also get off, let's see, go back to main, no mixer. So let's just turn that off. Turn that one off. So now we have track 3 on only. Now the cool thing about this is, because the effects, internal effects are stereo, if I do it now, I will get this. Nothing. Nothing! Oh, because I want to set it to record. Hold on. Still nothing. Oh, because it's not assigned anymore because I hit mute. Ah! Alright, let's reassign it. So, go over, reassign it to H. There we go. Now see, so it's got double H. Now it's acting as a stereo reverb, or now it's stereo amplifier. So if I go into effects and I do something like, you can hear it's now stereo if you have headphones on or something. You can really tell on the chorus there. And so that gives you an idea of what you can do. It's nice because this song I'm going to do entirely internal. I'm going to go through all the steps I'm going to do. So I have the drums are recorded, and so they are over here. Let me just unmute this stuff. Let's just okay. That one can stay mute. Actually, that one can just be stopped because I'm going to use it. That was just for testing. So I have, what I've done is on the song, I have 3, 4, and 5. So the 3, 4, and 5 are currently the clean tracks for the guitar. 6, 7, and 8 are the dirty tracks plus, are the distorted tracks plus the bass. 9 is nothing. 11 and 12 are just fun stuff that I was using for Rocksmith. And then I have the rest. Now this is not cleaned up yet. But here you go. Here goes. This is what it sounds like so far. So that is what I've done so far with this song. Yeah, so this is going to be the song where I'm going to do everything with the internal system to show you what you can do. And it's a little more of a raunchier song, but you know what? That's fine. That's the way I want to sound. Now I'm just going to show you. Let's go back to track 9, mixer up. Now go to effect because I actually have in the library, I have the bass. So let's load the bass. So there's the bass. The bass is, when I did the bass, I'm going to, track 5 was bass. So we'll go back to mixer, 5, turn that back on. So this is the bass sound that I had. I just wanted a nice, it's a 4x12 cab. I'm not sure what the A and the B stand for. If we play through, we'll see. so that is the bass sound. I've already recorded this stuff. I was just this is more or less to show you what you can do with it and how it works. So I hope this was helpful to you. Like and subscribe. If you're really enjoying these videos, please subscribe. I put a lot of work into them, even though it might not seem like it. And yeah, we're gonna continue on with this next week. I am trying to figure out. I will probably end up doing vocals next week. Now I'm even going to attempt a solo on this song, so this is going to be fun, and we'll see how that goes with doing vocals and getting all that stuff together. So once again, thank you, and I will see you next week.
I know that she